Can we buy in a downtrend line? The answer is yes, but we have to take note that we are going against the trend and we have to be careful, but that does not mean that there's no opportunity, buying opportunity or rather in a downtrend line. So we're going to discuss exactly that today. The topic is NASDAQ downtrend, which is right now, but how to spot for retracement opportunity. So there are two keys that I'm going to discuss tonight, that how to draw a better trend line, and number two, how to spot for potential retracement in a downtrend. Now, before that, disclaimer. So what presented here, it is not a recommendation, so please consult your licensed broker. My mission is to create lateral thinking skill for every investors and traders, knowing when to take calculated risk with market uncertainty and a bolder risk when opportunity arises. Now, the first point that we're going to discuss is how to draw a better trend line. Now, we could see that this is a 60 minutes E-mini NASDAQ. Now, this is a downtrend. Now, the rule about drawing a downtrend line is that we try to find the significant high points. The significant high points that we could see here is that there's one significant high point here, two significant high points here, and three significant high points here. Now, to draw a downtrend line, the best is that we could find at least three significant high points. If not, the more, the better it is. And the rule number two is that we try to find, between the high points, we try to find the best fits. Now, what do I mean by that? It is this. With this significant high points, I hope I'm zero in. I'm going to connect to second and third. Now, if I'm going to connect to second and third, you will see that the second point kind of miss a little bit there. If I'm going to adjust a little bit, now, the rule number one is that we have to identify the significant high points. And number two, we try to find the best fits. Now, when I say find best fit, we have to calibrate it. Now, what do I mean by that? If I'm going to shift a little bit lower, about here. Now, I would say that this may be a very impressive downtrend, which is so in line. Why I say so? Because it's a little bit psychological. Now, from this point to scan point, and the third point, I could see that something interesting, some behavior here is that I'm not too sure if you're seeing that there was a false break. It kind of break that, and it formed an inverted hammer. Followed by that, it gapped down. So it's very psychological. It's kind of very nervous market. And so I would say that when I draw this downtrend line, I kind of like that. And this is a very valid downtrend line, I would say. And I would classify this as a primary downtrend line. Now, remember the topic here is that in a downtrend line, could we still buy? Now, then we have to identify the primary downtrend line and also the secondary downtrend line. Now, what do you mean by secondary downtrend line? So I believe that market may retrace along the way. So it's not just down, down, and all the way down. So yes, it's downtrend still, but it's jagged, move down, move up, move down, move up. But you realize that the magnitude of moving down is much more compared to retracement. So my objective of downtrend line, honestly, my preference is to sell into strength because I can hold it. But for this illustration, to buy into a downtrend, my objective is a retracement. So just a very quick one. Now, so this is what I hope to see. And now, earlier we talked about the primary downtrend. Now we're going to draw the secondary downtrend line. So the rules are the same, and look for the significant peaks here. And we try to find the best fit. So I will use these few points, and you could see that it fits quite nicely about 3 points. I hope you could see that. 1, 2, 3. 3 points at least. Yeah, very nicely, beautifully. It fits really nicely. Now, the next thing I hope to do is that remember what we hope to achieve is that if the market or the prices break above this downtrend line, that will trigger a buy for me. But I'm not too hopeful. Just a quick one. Maybe if it travel around here, or it may not hit there. So once it starts to turn around, you got to act fast. So my objective is between here to about here or here. I do not know. Anything surpasses it, it will be a bonus. but my objective is before this downtrend line, which I believe that the downtrend line will continue. Now, the next topic is that, but how to identify before this break? I need another confirmation. Now, we're going to study about the number 2 is that how to spot for potential retracement in the downtrend. And the last few videos, I spoke a lot about divergence. Now, I'm going to indulge myself in divergence again. Now, divergence is that we look at the prices on the trough, and we also look at the trough of the MACD. Now, in this case, is this. Now, when we look at the trough on the prices, it was a lower low that we could see here. Now, when we look at the trough of the MACD, what we are seeing right now is, I'm going to delete this off. How do I shift this up? Yep. What we're seeing down here is that potentially, once it starts to move up, I believe that this green line will cross above the red and there'll be a crossing. And as it develops, if it breaks this downtrend line, the secondary downtrend line, I believe it will cross. Now, once it starts to cross, I want to take note of this arrow, this line, and this line. Now, it is moving in the opposite direction. In the downtrend, the prices were lower low, but the MACD, it will be a higher low. Now, when this happened, this is what I call bearish divergence. Whenever it's bearish divergence, I just got to get set and get ready. Once it starts to break this secondary downtrend line, and that will be my trigger for a purchase. But bear in mind, we're going against the trend. I will keep it really short. Now, I'm just going to quickly show you about the past example that I've did. If you miss out the first part, I'm just going to repeat, but what I've did in the past quite a few days ago. Now, this will be a primary downtrend line or secondary downtrend line, I would say. This is pretty beautiful. Or it could be here. Yeah, it could be here. It could be here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so I can't ignore this. We just got to find the best fit. So then what you could see, I'm not too sure of seeing this, is that I saw a bearish divergence. It means that the price then was a lower low, but the MACD, it was a higher low. Now, this is a bearish divergence. So it is a divergence, and it kind of break above this secondary downtrend line. And the whole NASDAQ has been moving down, as you could see here. If I'm going to squeeze in a little bit, it was moving down. So my objective was to find a retracement. So this was pretty classic then, but I thought that it may repeat again itself here. And it broke above, but before that, there was a bearish divergence. It broke above, and this is what I call retracement. In a downtrend retracement, and the market continued to move down. So I'm expecting that maybe we're just going to keep watch the next few periods if it's going to break above this downtrend line, the secondary downtrend line, because what I'm anticipating right now is that seems like there is a bearish divergence that's happening right now. Okay, so now just to recap what I've shared just ago over the last 8 minutes is that the first point, we identify about the downtrend with best possible fits on those high points. Then we observe for divergence. So once we construct the downtrend line, in this case, we continuously observe for divergence that we're seeing right now, which is this potential bearish divergence. Now, number 3 is that with the divergence, we continue to observe further. If it is going to break above that secondary downtrend line, once it happens, consider entering for short term. Continue to explore this topic with these related videos and register for these webinars as well. Follow my Facebook page for my daily market insights. To be updated with my latest video, subscribe to my channel and remember to turn on the notification bell. See you again very, very, very soon.